What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with one of the hottest things that happened today, if not the hottest. The Phoenix Suns have their future head coach and their present head coach, and Jordan Ott. He is a guy that's been around the NBA at a high level as an assistant coach since 2012, and he actually was one of the two finalists for this job. The other one was Johnny Bryant, who you probably thought may have a good chance of getting it. He ended up having a good chance. They just felt like the Ott had more of an idea and a better way of showing what he can really do for this team in the direction that they can go in. But one thing I would say about the Phoenix Suns, we just don't know how they're going to look, and we just don't know enough what the roster is going to be like because they could be rebuilding, they could be retooling. We don't really know what they're going to do until they make a move to get rid of Kevin Durant. And if they can't really get a great enough package for him, will they wait on it? Now I'm seeing articles saying that they might lower their price. I'm seeing things that say there's not that many teams out there that can really make a move for him. And then I'm also seeing that the Suns are a team that might even consider getting rid getting rid of Devin Booker. Now, obviously, by him being part of the team, he knows more than we know. He knows what the direction they're trying to go in. He knows what to be prepared for. It sucks going to a team that's rebuilding because you're going to be mainly known for losing, and a lot of it's not going to be on you because you feel like you're going to go out there and help the team to the best of your ability, and you just don't have enough talent to beat some of these other coaches and these other rosters, and you just get a bad stint possibly in the NBA because of that. We done seen a lot of coaches, even with experience, even as coaches of the year, go to rebuilding teams and struggle and get fired because the team just not good enough and they just don't have enough talent. It's so hard to get talent, and it's just so hard to get superstars that want to play there and want to give their all and want to give their best, that it can be frustrating. So Jordan Ott this is his big opportunity. This is his chance to really show what he can do, really show how special he is, and show his talent level, and show that he can command a roster, command a locker room, get guys to play harder, get guys to do more, and challenge them to be greater and be better as players, and also develop guys and help them get in situations that they can succeed in and also become, you know, the best version of themselves. And that's what the coach is supposed to offer. That's what the coach is supposed to do. And I do feel like that's going to be very important to what his legacy is going to be as a head coach, because we done seen guys like Ime Udoka get fired for one of the most randomest things and still bounce back with the Rockets and help them get to a number 2 seed and show how much they can improve, even though they were still a team that was young. They was able to overachieve so far, and maybe Jordan Knight can do the same. Maybe he can just understand the game at a high level, and maybe he doesn't really need that much talent to really succeed in this league, because last year, like I said before, the Phoenix Suns didn't even win 40 games. So the bar is set low because they didn't really succeed the way that most teams and most people thought that they would. And, the thing about this situation is always going to be that, do you have enough to really get, you know, as far as you feel like you can? Because it's always going to seem like you're going to be the problem anyway as a head coach. It's never really something that really ages well for most teams, and most organizations going to look at you like a role player. They're going to say you played your role, you did what you're supposed to do, but we feel that we can go another different direction, still have success without you, because we do see Frank Vogel, that was a coach for this team. He got fired. He's a championship head coach. Mike Budenholzer was a championship head coach. He got fired just recently by the Suns, and now they're going with a younger coach that or it can bring some new things and a breath of fresh air into that locker room and give them something new to, that, and hopefully can be innovative too. So I'm looking at it like Jordan, this may be one of those moves where it does make a lot of sense to go in this direction, and there's really no real cons to it, because you are trying something new, and he has shown that he deserves the opportunity. He has shown to them that he can get this team to where they need to be. He sold himself well to the organization, and he feels like whatever they give him, he can try to go out there and succeed with it. And as long as they're on the same page as the GM, especially with them going into this free agency with one of the biggest players in the world breathing down their neck, knowing that they're going to be out of there some, time. We just don't know when. It's going to be interesting. I do look at this as a big move because the Suns are still trying to win that first championship in franchise history, and it is one of the hardest and one of the toughest things to do. And now they're putting themselves in a position to go backwards a little bit, and it's going to be frustrating. At least he understands what they're trying to do. He understands what direction they're trying to go in, and we're still on the wait and see as fans. And it's going to be interesting to see what they actually do to get underneath that apron and how they actually, try to rebuild around Booker. And if not, maybe we get rid of Booker, and now you're going to be, stuck on a 3-year window of the team going to suck until we can get another star, until we can get another good draft pick that can turn our franchise around again. Or maybe you just look at it like we're going to have a bunch of young talent, whether we have Booker or not, that if we trade him, we get a good haul for him. And now it's just about player development and understanding how, how that works and how we're going to continue to go about that in the future as an organization. So it's going to be tough. This is a job that most people think they want until they get it. He's been around a while as an assistant coach, so he understands what needs to be done. He understands that this is going to be a tough situation. He has worked under Mike Budenholzer, who was a coach, like I said, for this team last year. He also worked under Kenny Atkinson, who had one of the biggest turnarounds with the Cavaliers this year, even though they did disappoint in the playoffs. And Darvin Ham has actually been a head coach for the Lakers. He worked with him too. So he has the experience, he has the knowledge, he has the know-it-all. He has the ability to be an innovative type of coach, and he can bring something new to the game, and that can be something that we can all be impressed by if he's able to do it successfully. But now they just got to wonder what's going to be the direction of the team. That's what I'm waiting to see, how they're going to go about this team. And that's going to be the thing that's going to be the most intriguing thing this summer, is what is the Suns going to be about? What is they going to do? What is they going to continue to try to get done? Because I feel like last year they kept trying to find a way to fix this hole and fix this hole and fix this hole and fix this hole. And they just should have not have gotten on that boat in the first place and try to find a way to figure it out on the fly. Like, you should have some idea of what you should be trying to do. And like a lot of people said, did they die because of the Kevin Durant trade? I would say I was never a fan of the trade. I didn't think there was going to be a championship team when they traded for Kevin Durant anyway, and that was against everybody else's belief that they would be. I stuck to mine and ended up aging well and ended up being true for the reasons that I stated in those previous videos. But I also would say, when you look back at it now and you look back at where they can go and what they should be trying to do and what they should be trying to accomplish, they're getting further and further away from that goal that they had, and it's going to be hard to get back to where they need to be. And that's trying to get back to the NBA Finals with a better roster that can actually win you the championship. And we thought that they probably can do that the year after, because they ended up being the number one team in the entire NBA. Everything looked like it was going that way until they ran into them Dallas Mavericks, and the upset ended up blowing that team up, and that window was closed. And then they said, you know what, we're going to go with another agent star and see if he can give us that umph, that guy that can't be stopped, that guy that can't be guarded, put on with Booker. The problem was Bradley Beal. Wasn't that the problem? Like, he has no trade clause. We have to stick with him. We have to keep him. But like a lot of people have been asking me, Quinn, why did they make that move in the first place? You knew he wasn't the greatest scorer. You knew he wasn't the greatest defender. You knew he wasn't the greatest fit. Why did you commit so much money, which, because his contract is a lot for what he does and what he offers, even though he is a great player still? Why did you commit so much time and so much money to Bradley Beal when you knew that he wasn't the ideal fit or the ideal player that you would want alongside Devin Booker, let alone Kevin Durant? So even if they get rid of Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal and Devin Booker are not a good match to help you win games. So a lot of people saying it makes sense to just try to get rid of Booker at this point, because by the time you get enough talent and by the time you make enough moves to have a good enough roster again, it won't be at a championship level. And like I said, you can have a great regular season because you played the good, the bad, and the ugly, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be great in the postseason. And we've seen that with the Cleveland Cavaliers, that they showed so much growth, they showed so much, excellence, and it didn't really pan out against the best of the best, which is the coaches and the teams that they have to go through to be able to be champions. And like I said, Jordan Ott may bring a new wrinkle to this team and may be able to pan some things out because he's just good at understanding what they should be and what they should be trying to do. But like I said, James and them, they need to continue to have that ability and that mindset that we want to do what it takes to get to a championship level. We're willing to take the gambles. We're willing to take the risk. We're willing to put it all on the line just because that's the ultimate goal in the NBA. And that's something that this franchise hasn't been able to get done, which is win the NBA championship. So I don't have a problem with Jordan. Not basically what I'm saying. I think he deserves the opportunity. I think he has earned the chance. He has paid his dues. He has continued to, chase this position. He wants to prove himself. He wants the opportunity. This team, like I said, and this organization is hungry. They're going to be willing to make moves. They're going to be willing to put themselves in different situations. They're willing to take those opportunities that comes for them and with them. And that's something that you would love to have as a coach, because you want any chance that you can get, to be in that position to win. And, even though they didn't get it done, that's one thing they can't say. Well, he made that move for KD. He made that move for CP. He ended up drafting Aiden. He ended up they ended up getting Mikal. They ended up doing so many things right. It just didn't materialize into a championship. Then they try to find out one last move to try to get them back into contention. It didn't work the way they thought it would. And now they're in a situation where they got to backpedal just a little bit more just to try to find a way to get it right. And maybe he's the guy that they need to, because he's patient, he's smart, he understands their goals, he understands their vision, he understands their plan. And as long as everybody on board and doing their part and continuing to do that at the highest level, maybe, he can be that coach that we'll be speaking of. Like, man, he did a fantastic job. He did a great job. He knew how to get them to play offense. He knew how to get them to play defense. He's helping this team overachieve a little bit for the talent that they have. And I actually believe that he can be a coach that can do that. That's why they hiring this guy, because they do feel like he is a guy that is new. He's fresh. He's something that they need to hear from, something they need to see, something they need to, allow to happen. And that's something that's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be interesting to see how this roster pans out and how this guy coaches them, regardless of who they put on this roster, and seeing if he can really go through the trials and tribulations of being great and being known as one of the best in the business. He already been known as one of the best assistant coaches. Why not level up? Why not take that chance and that opportunity to go even further, to go even higher? And he has put himself in that position. Now it's time for him to figure out what he needs to do, how he needs to do it, and just be prepared for this season and let it all hang out for you. Because at the end of the day, that's all you can do: try your best, do your best, and just put yourself in the best position to succeed. That's all done now. Now it's just about what that roster going to be like and how it's going to look. And then it's about how many games we can win and leaving the best imprint on this organization to the best of your ability. And knowing that it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough, and it's going to be frustrating. Even the fans got to get some time to love you and enjoy you and appreciate you for what you are and what they want to see. But even that can be tough, because if you ain't winning games, they ain't going to be riding with you that much. We done seen a lot of coaches get fired. We done seen a lot of coaches not last that long in Phoenix, even if they won a championship, even if they're proven or not. So hopefully it doesn't happen to this guy. Hopefully he gets a legitimate chance and a legitimate shot. And hopefully he does get the talent that's needed to really show how good he really is as a coach and what he really brings to the table. And that's all we can really hope for as fans of the game. And if you're a Phoenix fan, that's all you want anyway, because you just fired a championship coach again that was trying to do everything he could to figure it out. And they were changing the roster for this. They were taking a gamble on that. And it just never materialized into winning basketball. And injuries are a part of the game, which is always the part that sucks and unfortunate. But it is something that we have to accept and have to deal with anyway. Other than that, that's all I got to tell y'all. Is Jordan Notch, he's a good coach. He's a good guy to take a flyer on. He's a good guy that understands the game and understands how to coach it the right way, paid his dues, and he's ready for this opportunity. He's ready for this chance to prove that he deserves to be a head coach in this league, and he deserves to, at the end of the day, show that he belongs there. And he has, been around for a while. He waited and he stayed patient, and the opportunity is here. The opportunity is now. Now let's see what he does with it. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to your channel, I do conversation videos just like this and various different NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and other future stars. I also do mock draft and draft cover. Plus, I got over 3,000 plus videos already on my channel that you can watch and you can enjoy. And I also upload videos each and every day, so it gives you something to watch and something to be entertained by, especially if you love NBA and basketball content. Other than that, hope you guys enjoying y'all day. Hope you guys are staying blessed up. Hope you guys are getting some rest, some leisure, and some fun in y'all day. And hopefully you guys are doing y'all thing to the best of y'all ability and having fun doing it. Other than that, thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is. Thank y'all for staying subscribed. Thank y'all for giving me some of y'all time. Thank y'all for continuing to check out the channel and enjoy what I make. Like I said before, I do this for y'all, and that's the 50-50 of why the channel is still around, because you guys enjoy watching, you guys enjoy what I make, and I enjoy making it and giving it to y'all. And let's remember, the goal this year is to have a better year than 2015. We've been more consistent than ever this year, not really missing no days, and just giving y'all content each and every day that y'all can watch and continue to enjoy. And that's the whole purpose of this channel in the first place. Well, other than that, if y'all don't have nothing to comment on, y'all don't have nothing to ask, y'all don't have nothing y'all want to say, we'll end the video right there. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. I'm good right now, and hopefully y'all are doing good too. Peace out, and see y'all later today or tomorrow, depending on what news or whatever comes up. If nothing comes up, I'll be back with instant analysis on the NBA Finals. So I give y'all something to watch tomorrow. I'm excited for it. Hope you guys are ready for the championship to be won by a team, small market teams that don't make it to the finals that often as organizations, and teams that feels that they should be the one winning it. They're going to do whatever it takes to put on a performance to be able to do it. Other than that, I'm going for now. See you guys later tomorrow, hopefully. Peace out.